all lighting professionals, enthusiasts, and Designooor fans. I'm Yusra Shabih and welcome to an exciting new episode of Nooor Talk at Designooor. Today we are stepping into the fascinating world of lighting design and looking at how it truly transforms spaces. Joining us is Faraz Izhar, a senior lighting designer here in the UAE. He's known for his amazing work across hospitality, landscape, and more. He's even been recognized on the 40 Under 40 list back in 2017. Faraz has picked up a ton of awards along the way, and we are really lucky to have him here to share his insights with all of us.
Hello Faraz, welcome and thank you for joining us on Nooor Talk at Designooor.
Thank you, Yusra. Glad to be here.
So I have shared a bit about your incredible work with our audience, but I'd love for them to hear directly from you. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey in lighting design?
Well, my name is Faraz, as everybody might know by now. So I started my lighting design career almost 19 years ago. I am a trained architect. I started in the field of pure architecture when I started my career, but my interest was always in architectural lighting. So after doing about 2 years as proper design architect, I got the chance to jump into the lighting design, and then ever since, it's a continuous journey. It's a continuous learning curve, and here I am.
It's a pleasure for us to have you here. So I have seen your portfolio actually, and it's really diverse. So I wanted to ask you, what factors do you consider when you're selecting a project?
Thank you so much. Okay, so, there are multiple factors in selecting a project. First thing is, mostly I have worked in multidisciplinary lighting design, multidisciplinary consultancies, which do not do just lighting design, but they are doing architecture, interior design, master planning, landscape as well. So a lot of times my projects actually depend on the projects that the company wins and projects that the company gets. But having said that, there are a couple of things which kind of provide me to be more vocal in choosing my own project. And the things that are important for me are that first thing is that if I feel that the project is going to be innovative, a bit of challenging, the project which aligns with my own design values, core values, the project which will provide more, the project which will be more in sync with the other disciplines and will enhance the other disciplines right now. Not just about lighting, but I'm talking about, considering all the disciplines in a synergy. So the projects where I think that lighting will work very well in sync with all those projects, those are the ones that I go for. Those are the ones that I choose.
Okay, so just like you said right now, there are different type of lightings, right? So there's interior lightings, there are decorative lighting. So for you, which lighting category do you prefer? Be it architectural, decorative, which is the one that you would rather pick?
I am basically an architect, so I prefer, architectural lighting, of course, and there are multiple reasons for that. First thing is because I am inclined to prioritize lighting which kind of enhances the spatial experience and complements the form and function of the building and of the whole space, and integrates with the architectural vision as well. And the other thing is that I like the way that the lighting interacts with overall materials at large, not just a particular small volume of space, but overall, when you look at the whole space in general, including the walls, including the ceilings, any architectural details that have been embedded within the walls or the facade of the building. So it kind of, architectural lighting kind of allows me to provide a little bit of more dynamism to the light, and that's why, I definitely want to prefer architectural lighting over decorative.
I actually saw your work, like I mentioned before. Was it Sofitel, downtown Dubai, one of the projects? That was really amazing. That work of yours was very impressive, and I saw that. And I myself am an interior architect, and your work, it has really inspired me. And like I said, be it architect or interior architects, all of us, I feel we do have one of our projects which are like, our best work, which is our favorite for a reason. So similarly, which of your works is your favorite project? Why is it your favorite?
My answer to this, Yusra, it pretty much aligns with what you had already mentioned. I mean, not the whole hotel, but there is a part of the Sofitel which I like in particular, and that is the 31 Lounge. It's on the 31st floor of the hotel, and it overlooks the Burj Khalifa and the Lake Fountain. Mm-hmm. And though, you'd find it interesting that though it is not a large-scale project, but still you can say that it's one of my favorite project, because it was done back in 2013, and it allowed me to experiment with the color and theatrical lighting for the first time. And during that time, the LED technology was still, pretty much it was quite new. Mm-hmm. And the controls, the control systems, they were still kind of trying to figure out how to control the color and the theatrical aspect. Reason for going for color for this particular project was the first thing, that it was a lounge. It was kind of a recreational space and associated with hospitality. And the other thing was that interior designers chose to go with all black for the interior finishes, and which kind of gave me the opportunity to step up and say, hey, I want to experiment more with color, not just with white lighting, but more on the color, more with the colored aspect, more with the controls, with the theater, with the theatrical aspects. It worked out well in the end. Worked out very well. It was almost like a stage set at the end. And kind of the experience gave me a little bit of an expanded toolkit for sure. And therein my newfound appreciation of theatrical lighting was formed. That was the first time. So it remains as my favorite project till date.
I saw that work also of yours, and I really loved the colors you used. It makes the space feel really cozy. I don't know how to explain it, but it
does.
When I saw the photos, it looks really nice. And the colors, especially, there's a bit of a purple touch to it, but it makes it really nice. It makes the space look really romantic and cozy.
That purple things was, it basically changes colors. It's a scenic programming, and they keep on changing the programming as per the requirements. But when I designed that and when I was involved in the commissioning, that purple things was the thing that I set primary for most of the spaces. And then the slow transitions happen. But that purple pinch was almost like you mentioned, it was a constant. I felt that it kind of provided that extra sense of coziness, extra warmth for some reason, though purple is not a warm color, but yeah, it's fun.
Yes, and especially with the black, I think it really blends in together. Like black and the purple touch that you gave, I think it goes really well together. And also, so all the projects that I've seen of yours, of course, to me, they look really challenging because, of course, I'm not a lighting designer. But to you, from all your projects that you have done, which has been the most challenging for you, and what was it that made it difficult, and how did you overcome it?
Yes, I can tell you that one of the most challenging projects for me was a community mall in Masdar City in Abu Dhabi. And Masdar City Center was my city. It was the name My City Center. It was a community mall, and it was challenging because the reason was that I had to make an impactful design, both in terms of interior spaces, the landscaping, and the facade lighting. Most of course, the project is located in Masdar City, which is kind of quite stringent with the green and sustainable approach. It is a green city. It's a sustainable city by its own, one of the most well-known in the whole world. So basically, for me, it was quite stringent to control the external lighting so as to comply with the sustainability standards, to comply with the dark sky guidelines, the light pollution guidelines. So because it enforces quite rigorous guidelines, so I had to do quite rigorous calculations to prove that the facade lighting or the external lighting that we are doing it won't be, it would still comply and it would still kind of, it will be still all in a good shape when it comes to light pollution. So first thing was the complex calculations, and once they were proven, the major challenging part was to make sure that those calculations were correct. So we had to do extreme, aiming exercises, shielding exercises, and it required a lot of time. So that was the challenging part of it, and in the end, it came out pretty well. So you could see it's included in the list of the projects that I've sent to you a little, and it ended up winning one of the commended projects in the LIT awards, I think back in 2019. So it came out pretty well. It was a visually impactful facade while adhering to the sustainability protocols, the light pollution reduction protocols. So yeah, I would think that the whole process of it was most challenging, but in the end, we were very satisfied with the results.
Yes, and I saw the project and it was really good. To me, all your projects were amazing. And I did see this one as well, and I really liked it. The facade itself and the lighting you use, I think it complements the facade. Like there is a place where it says the city center Masdar. You use some lighting that it shows the top of the facade, and it kind of looks like the light. It fades. The more up it goes, it fades a bit.
Absolutely. And that was because of the reason that we had to comply to the dark sky. So everything had to finish before escaping the facade. The light was not allowed to escape the facade in any way.
Yes, and you exactly did, I think, what you wanted. You just literally brought that to life. It looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Moving on with that, I would want you to describe your overall approach to design and projects.
Okay, sure thing. This could take a time, but very briefly, I would want to say that my approach is basically grounded in a blend of technical precision, a bit of artistry, and not a bit of artistry, I would say a lot of artistry, lots of, what you call the fine arts element, and of course the respect for the environment. So first thing is that the project should have a clear purpose, focusing on how the lighting can enhance the overall architectural or whatever the project is, whether it's architectural or landscape. So how would lighting enhance the architectural experience? Then, of course, I'm kind of environmental responsibility is quite important to me. So I have to see that I remain committed to it no matter what kind of design I choose. Then I also kind of consider the technical precision as well. How I can integrate the whole solution within the architectural details, within the interior design details, or within the landscape details. One of the most important things is that, like I think I touched base on it earlier, a holistic mindset where all the disciplines work in sync with each other and everything complements each other. So those are a couple of things. I mean, just touching base on a couple of things which made me go forward.
All the points that you mentioned, actually, I feel like I can see it in your project, of course, because those are the steps you follow, and I can see them in your projects. Even with, is it Ras Al Hamra in Oman? You did a mosque there, right?
Yes.
I love how you use lighting for the tree areas. Like, of course, I haven't been there, so I can't see well. Just from the photos, I can see that the way you use lighting for the trees, it kind of lit them up, especially, of course, at night. It makes them look more nice. Do you get me what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely. And that was the intent. I mean, to make it, to make it look like a whole integrated kind of an atmosphere, and to make it look like the way I'm lighting up the facade, I would want to light up the landscape and the landscape elements the same way as well. So you won't see any floods of light, and I would try to kind of not just uplighting the trees, but to provide moonlight effect to them so that you could have the trees illuminated as well as you could have some kind of, some pattern on the ground, which provides a little bit of more drama. So yeah, those kind of things are basically what I try to integrate in the design process. So yeah.
Yes, I feel like if the lights weren't used for the trees, just the mosque itself lit up, it wouldn't have gone all well together as much as it did once, like, you know, the lights are lit up around the tree also, and the water as well. I feel it all goes and blends in really well together.
That's very well put, Yusra. That was the intent, actually. That's the intent for most of my projects.
Okay. So you know how AI has been taking over the world, right? So how do you see in the future for AI to be in the field of lighting?
Wow, that's a very good question, Yusra. And then again, it will take, I mean, it's like, if I tell you about all the things it might take, you know, it will take the whole time. But, because the thing is, like, I am kind of a cautious AI advocate myself. I've started utilizing the power of AI in all of the workflows. Mostly it's still kind of, you know, limited to the initial workflows, like the concepts, the storyboarding, etc. But it's getting better. We're going to seep into each and every workflow of ours. And I think that it is a powerful ally, especially in the field of architectural lighting, because it elevates, first of all, it elevates the field by enabling smart and more adaptable, more sustainable designs. You can anticipate bolder ideas. You can anticipate bolder, visuals, and create lighting environments that are more attuned to, to the human experience and environmental impact. And the reason for this is that AI most of the times goes to the places where the human mind cannot go. So from those places, it kind of gathers these ideas and produces something unique which you may not have thought of. And then once you see that idea, you tweak it with your own ideas, and you streamline it to kind of further enhance your workflow. So the whole process of using AI, it kind of closely aligns with my values of combining technical precision and potential for the, groundbreaking creative explorations. So I think that's the future. It's going to be in, whether anyone likes it or not, it's going to be a part of our workflows, pretty much like AutoCAD, BIM, Photoshop, all those tools are.
Yes, actually, it's true. AI is taking over the world. Be it for any type of work, be it architectural, interior design, or anything, AI has literally got it all. And I feel sometimes, yes, of course, it's not 100% correct all the time, but I feel if a human and an AI work well together, you can come up with something really creative.
That is the idea. What everyone calls as co-piloting mode, basically. So it's not just AI or it's not just you. It's both humans and the machines together.
Yes.
Which results in the best solutions. Yeah.
Yes, you can come up with really creative stuff together with AI.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what advice would you give to those who are aspiring to enter the field of lighting design?
Sure. I would say being a mentor myself, not just for the big mentoring initiatives, but I kind of, mentoring is sort of a hobby for me. So anybody who kind of wants any advice and anybody who kind of wants, some kind of help in deciding that whether the architectural lighting or whether the lighting profession would be good for me or not. So I keep talking to the people. And for the young people, for the aspiring people, I would advise them to embrace both the technical mastery and the artistic intuition as well. Learn to understand that light, apart from being a functional necessity, of course, it is also a sculptural tool which brings architecture and all the spaces to life. Focus on sustainability as lighting design today demands much more. It has much more stress on environmental responsibility, and cultivate a collaborative mindset. I keep repeating that because that's when the designs work best. The lighting design, it kind of thrives in synergy with architecture, engineering, interior design, landscape, and the user needs themselves. And lastly, stay curious. Keep exploring new technologies, keep exploring AI, and never stop learning. And always remember that good lighting enhances people's experiences and connects them to the spaces that they inhabit. So it's all about humanity in a way.
That's a good advice. Actually, light design, it's actually a very fascinating field. But I feel if you really have the passion for it, you can come up with like really good stuff. But first, main thing is you have to have a passion. That's what I believe.
Absolutely. That's very true. You have to have a passion for it.
And lastly, this is the last question. So, if you could light up any famous building, which would it be?
Well, okay. I mean, this is a difficult one for me myself, actually. There are a couple of projects, and mostly not the new projects, but the ones which have been here with us almost since like the beginning of the summer, with us since the beginning of this organization almost, and some have been quite old. But the two that stand out for me are, one is the Battersea Power Station in the UK, in London. Because of its, bold and pretty industrial architecture and cultural significance. And the second one is the buildings of the Acropolis in Greece.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, these two stand out for me. With Battersea, the thing is that it's massive forms and textures, and the whole history which is attached to it, the industrial past, lighting has already been lit in a very, very beautiful way by the way by Spears and Major.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to do it I would love to do Battersea Power Station, because it kind of highlights the massive forms with lighting, textures with lighting, and kind of create sort of a dialogue between the industrial part and its modern day adaptation. And Acropolis, of course, again, it has already been lit beautifully by LK3 Edeco. It's got so many prizes, but again, and that is one of the projects that I would have loved to light up, just to see how light interacts with the ancient stone, to reveal the intricacies of the proper classical Greek architecture, and the setting, of course, the Acropolis city. It was a very unique and a very, very unique dramatic city. I would have loved to do that project.
I would have actually loved to see you those two. I would want to see how you'd, because I really like your work. I really like the way, I don't know if I should say your style, but yes, I really like how you have done most of your projects. They're really unique and they're different to what I have seen generally. And I would love to see you light up those famous buildings that you do want to light up.
Thank you. Actually, one more, Yusra, there is one more that I missed out. I don't know why. I would love to light up Taj Mahal. And, they still say that the beauty of Taj Mahal is the best in the moonlight, which is true, which is quite true. But it's a wish, it's sort of a fantasy to take it to next level using responsible lighting, using lighting it up the way that Acropolis is lit. And, I would have loved to do that project for sure.
I actually wanted to say Taj Mahal, but I was waiting. I was like, I think Faraz is going to say it. I literally wanted to say the same thing.
Thank you.
But anyway, thank you so much, Faraz. Your insights were like really inspiring, and I'm so happy to have you on Nooor Talk, and your work, it really inspired, I believe, most of us. And I want to see what you're going to be illuminating next.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's lovely to be here for sure. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for talking, and thank you for listening to the pieces of my journey here. It's been lovely speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode and picked some great insights into lighting design. Don't forget to check out our website and follow us on social media @Designooor for more content.